and welcome to another episode of Community Update. My name is Idara Osanga. I will be your host. Canada has been consistently ranked as one of the top countries in the world, and immigrants are drawn here in hopes of achieving the Canadian dream by way of higher income or home ownership. A lot of incentives have been put in place by the government to assist first-time home buyers ease into the home ownership process. These incentives come in form of grants or some tax relief. However, in recent times, many families that have arrived here in Nova Scotia have been confronted by the significant hike in real estate prices and cutthroat bidding wars. This has made it nearly impossible for the individual looking to purchase their first home or the young expanding family looking to upgrade. A few days ago, the government of Nova Scotia introduced two new forms of taxing non-resident home buyers, a move some people believe may have a significant impact on the current real estate situation. Joining me to discuss this is Akin Abimbola, a realtor with Exit Realty Metro in Nova Scotia. Welcome back to the show, Akin, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Dara.
So, as a real estate professional who is on the front lines, so to speak, can you explain to our viewers what this move by the government means? And how does it affect the current market?
Thank you, Dara, for having me once again. Yes, because of the current occurrence in the property sector, the Nova Scotia government have taken initiative to come together to come up with initiatives that will, in a way, help the residents of Nova Scotia to be able to get into the property market. And that is by issuing statements and also including in the budget two two new tax laws that will discourage, in a way, people from outside of the province from going ahead to buying off properties from Nova Scotia where the residents are disenfranchised, so to speak. Because if you look at a survey was done and it was found that out of every 10 buyers of properties in Nova Scotia, seven people are buying from outside of the province, even out of Canada, and that is not letting Nova Scotians able to get into the market. So the first tax is a 5% additional deed transfer tax in addition to the existing 1.5%. What this does is it's if someone buys from out of the province and is not ready to move in within 6 months of closing date of the purchase of the property, yeah, you have to pay that tax. And the other one is the additional 2% property tax, which is used to discourage the buyers of properties from renting just to people from outside of Nova Scotia. That means if you're renting to non-residents of Nova Scotia, you have to pay the tax. Although there's still a lot of clarity that people are asking to get from this move. Even the Nova Scotia Association of Realtors, they are trying to recommend better policies that the government can take because they're not sure of what will really happen on the impact of these taxes on the property market.
Thank you for so much for that. I never really understood how, purchases made by out of province residents impacted Nova Scotia residents purchasing properties. But thank you for shedding light on that today. So what are the
You're
crucial
welcome.
things that anyone who plans to sell or buy a property absolutely need to know, given this new legislative rule?
Yeah, basically, what they need to know, well, it depends on who you're talking to because here there are many stakeholders. The prospective buyers are stakeholders, the sellers are stakeholders, the realtors, the lawyers, all those that make up the ecosystem of the property market. So, from my perspective as a realtor, if I'm talking to a seller, if I have a seller that wants to sell a property, all I need to let them know is, you know what, right now is a seller's market, but that's no reason to try to exploit the market because unfortunately there's a thin line between being greedy and being and maximizing profit. It's an unfortunate situation. many prospective buyers are frustrated right now because one, many of them are not able to qualify to get properties they want. Secondly, there's a very brutal bidding wars, about 40 offers on a property, skydive, making the property prices to go right into the sky and locking people out of the market. And for people that want to buy property and now they feel very apprehensive, my advice to them is to take it easy, to calm down. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you can still get properties, but well, it might just be a matter of time before everything cools down and you're able to buy with peace of mind. But right now, that there's lot of bidding wars, it's good to listen to the news and try to see where this new tax laws is taking Nova Scotia, whether it's going to work, whether it's going to make it slow down. It's good to pay attention to the market so that you'll be able to plan well for your next move.
Thank you so much for that. I can definitely attest to the frustration expressed by potential home buyers in Nova Scotia, at least in the last 2 years, I would say. So, a recent survey projects Halifax, Nova Scotia as ranking number 6 among the best places to live in Canada for quality of living. Halifax is the only city in the East Coast to make that list. Could this be a major contributor to the significant rise in property prices, do you think?
Yeah, definitely, because there are many factors to this. Number one, for the first time, Nova Scotia just hits a population of 1 million people. Do you know what that means? Because in the whole of Canada, there's a lot of segments of different population, and Nova Scotia happens to be the heart of the Atlantic, and there's still not very much people. Just a few years ago, lots of people were still leaving Nova Scotia to other provinces in search of better jobs and all that. But right now, people are moving back to Nova Scotia, especially because of the effect of the COVID. Those that discovered they could work remotely, they've been able to come back to Nova Scotia, and that's also part of the pressures on the property market because now those that have parents here that grew up here, that schooled here, that know everything, they've told people in other provinces about Nova Scotia. They've discovered Nova Scotia, and for a long time, many people have been anticipating and looking for an opportunity to come to Nova Scotia. And the past 2 years gave that opportunity where people from other provinces like Ontario could sell their properties for a huge amount, over $1 million in some cases, and come and buy half the price, even better properties than they have in Ontario here in Nova Scotia. So Nova Scotia has always been like the gold in the dirt that they've been looking for an opportunity to discover, and the opportunity presents itself right now, and they exploited it big time.
Thank you so much for that. Being a resident of Nova Scotia for at least the last 9 years, I can definitely agree that Nova Scotia has expanded significantly. Driving through the city of Halifax, like their condos, their houses springing up, it's amazing and intriguing to see. I did read an article that stated that Halifax is gearing up to be the next Vancouver. So that was interesting to me, like to see that. So thank you so much for shedding light on that. For viewers hoping to buy or sell a home here in Nova Scotia, what would be your current market prediction from a professional point of view? I know you've shed some light on that, but what would be your current market prediction?
Yeah, at this point, I will issue a caveat. I'm trying to be careful because honestly, many people that have made predictions and projections over the past 1 year or two, they've not been very accurate. Many people they missed the mark and all that. So I'm not gonna try to prove to know all and give you an accurate prediction. But what I can say is, in as much as many surveys have said or predicted that there might be a crash, what I think, because discussing with my professional colleagues, what I think is going to happen is the market is going to gradually correct itself, not necessarily crash, because all other sectors have been affected. The COVID affected many sectors of the economy, the Ukraine and Russian war, so to speak, and it has affected fuel prices, and there's inflation. So if everything actually goes down, it might not go back to the way it was, but it's going to gradually correct itself because now there's been a serious advocacy for increase in wages in all sectors, and that is actually happening gradually. So yes, if you still want to buy a property, you might have to get maybe a side hustle, as they say, because now people have to pay more for not just properties but other things in the economy.
Yeah, I definitely understand that there's so many factors that contribute to this. So we can't really pinpoint something and really like make an accurate prediction. So I do understand that. So any last words or tips for our audience before I let you go? Like anything to encourage some of us who are still looking forward to purchasing homes while we're here. So any last words or tips for us and our viewers?
Yeah. Like I always say, partnership is gaining a new meaning, and you need to partner with people whenever you want to do a project so that you can get their perspective. And it's good to be positive, and it's good to see the way other people do what they do. For example, a huge population of the Indian people, they come together to buy a property together, and who can compete with that. So you need to see what other tribes or people from other geographic regions are doing, and see if you can do it too. Because now it's about making it work. What works for you? What can you do to make it work? Because life is beyond survival, but also thriving. We need to thrive and try to excel. So we have to look for a way to make it work for us, and we'll go for it with a positive mindset, and we're good to go.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, one can only hope that things like, even out, even with the current state of things in the world. But thank you for shedding light on that. Thank you for your knowledge and your information. And that was very useful to me. And I do believe that was very useful to our viewers too. So thank you so much for stopping by on the show today, Akin. We appreciate your time and we hope to connect again with you real soon.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate
Thank you.
it, Idara.
Thank you. Yeah. That was Akin Abimbola, a realtor with Exit Realty Metro. We reached him in Halifax. Kindly check out our other episodes of Community Update on our YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. And click on the bell icon to get notified when we post a new update. I am Idara Sanga and I will be back with more updates. Thank you and stay safe.